Hello. I would like to go through the shortest intro possible, but there has to be an intro. I was with my sister earlier. She's much older than me. She's 16 years older than me. She's 69. And she's wasted her life away on Christianity. She still thinks it's true, even though she hasn't read the book completely through, because when I hang around with her, I might shout out dozens of verses, and some of them are really disturbing to her. She says, no, stop it. I said, well, it's the contents of your book. I often listen to news radio, and I will tell her the news. She says, no, that's disturbing. I don't want to hear it. All the bad news. And I don't even want to even listen to radio news. It's bad news. It's disturbing. Well, I said, hey, you're a Christian, right? Did you read through your book? Oh, you didn't read through it all. Why? Because it was disturbing. What disturbed you? Nothing disturbs you because you don't read it at all. Well, I used to be a Christian back in my 20s. I'm in my early 50s. I'm 53. By the time I was 30, 31, I dumped religious beliefs. My mid-20s, I tried to change my life around. And I said, well, if I can change my life around, there's one way to do it. Read it from Genesis 1:1 till Revelation 22, wherever the fucking book ends. 22. I know it's 22. I'll get to it. I know it's 22. How many verses? There's 21 verses. Genesis 1:1 to Revelation 22:21. It's the entire King James. I read that through once, and I was still a Christian. And I used to go about in public and say, have you said the sinner's prayer? I would actually harass people. Say, have you said the sinner's prayer? You know, I love you. I don't want you to go to hell. I thought that was seriously a true thing. That I had these magical thinking powers that I could tell someone they believe in Jesus and you're saved forever and ever. And you go up into a candy land in the sky. You know, like, I really believe that shit. I read the Bible as a kid. And it slipped my understanding at that time. By the time I was 12, I stopped reading the Bible. And I started smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, and drinking. And I was a total rebel. I used to do all kinds of criminal shit throughout my teenage years. I was a rebel. By the time I was 26, I met this Christian lady, and I decided, well, I wanted to get into that ass, and I thought, well, let's give Christianity another try. And she said, I'm not going to date a heathen, and you got to quit the drinking and the drugs and turn to Jesus instead. And I got completely fucking pussy whipped, and I decided, hey, I'm going to try it and try to go back. I started reading the Bible again and again, and I was so into it, like I was like a freaking evangelist. Like, and now I got an evangelist wife, and we'd go out and we'd fucking harass people about, you should know Jesus. You gotta have Jesus or else. We don't want to see you burning out. No. I actually believe this way. From 26 to 30, that's how long my marriage lasted. By the time I turned 30, my mom was dying. And I gotta say that age 30 was the last time I ever prayed. I said, Mom, please don't die. Mother, please don't die. Guess what happened? She died. Guess what praying did for my mother? Nothing. What about my divorce in 1998? I said, please, God, let her keep me. Please, God, let her keep me. But I did some kind of abomination. I kind of knew what would cause a divorce. Go do some drugs, drinking, and fuck someone else. Hey, bam, boom, magic, you get a divorce, right? And that's kind of like sticking it to you, Christian lady. She was a hot banging fuck for a while, but after 3 years, 4 years, maybe I really didn't love her. I was just in lust with her. And put it down to like 3.5 to 4 years of good sex. But it got to the point that 3.5 to 4 years, we started hating each other. And she's needling on me about, you can't sin because of what it says in the Bible. She would go word for word. Hey, you did something wrong here, and you did something wrong here. And she's like really controlling and domineering, which made me want to take off on her. As I'm going through this Christian stage, I'm reading more and more and more and more the Bible. And I'm so happy about the Psalms. I'm so happy about the Psalms that I'm like singing them out in public. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. I'm so happy about the Psalms. I'm singing them out in public. Think, bless the Lord, O my soul. Blah, 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 blah. And then one day I came across this psalm, which changed my life from that time forward. Psalm 140, verse 10. Let burning coals fall upon them, let them not rise up again. If you read the complete chapter, this is a prayer against the unbeliever. What if I got a friend? I actually had a couple friends who said, fuck God. I don't believe in him. And I would say, you got to know the truth. And all of a sudden I come across Psalm 140, verse 10, which says, let burning coals fall upon them, let them not rise up again. And I used to say that to people, let burning coals fall upon them, let them not rise up again. But all of a sudden, bam, boom, in my brain, I'm saying that I really am more moral in this book. And I went down to human stage where I thought I was a pompous ass, narcissistic, something or other. I thought I was highly above everyone else because you think that you're highly above everyone else because, you're a Christian. And then one day I got humble and I said, Let's really analyze this. Psalm 140, verse 10. Let burning coals fall upon them. Let them not rise up again. I became an atheist and a humanist right away because I said, that's one of the most horrible verses I ever read. And do I really hate these people that don't believe in this? And I had a question, do I really hate people who don't believe in God? I might have did that during my evangelism, but then all of a sudden, click, bam, boom. I said, I'm more moral than this book. One day I happened upon Hosea. Oh, I didn't get there. Hosea 13:16. Samaria shall become desolate, for she rebelled against her God. They shall fall by the sword, their infants shall be dashed into pieces, and their pregnant women, they shall fall by the sword. Their infants shall be dashed into pieces, and the pregnant women with child ripped open. Oh, but he's so against abortion, isn't he? Their pregnant women with child be sliced open with a sword. And that means the baby fucking dies too, and the mother dies too. And aren't you more moral than that? Are you really going to reenact that verse? Is it, do your morals tell you to stop from doing that? It might be criminal against the U.S. laws, but hey, you're of Jesus. And he says, Hosea 13:16. Samaria shall become desolate, for she rebelled against her God. They shall fall by the sword. Their infants shall be dashed into pieces, and their pregnant women shall be ripped open. In Hosea 13:16. Wouldn't you like to conclude atheism right after reading that? Are you more moral than this book? Is the question I asked myself. Am I more moral than this book? Am I? Leviticus 21:9. And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaned her father, she shall be burnt with fire. Hey, if you were sexually promiscuous only one time, you're going to be burned with fucking fire. One time only. Burn. Hey, you played the slut, the whore. You burn with fire. How many Christians have engaged in premarital sex? Most of you. You had sex before marriage. And no one burned you to death either, did they? This is not a book of law. If it was, everyone, most of the population that is, will be executed with fire. If you're a slut or whore, Leviticus 21:9 says, we can burn you with fire. That's any sexual innuendos and shit. Like before marriage, without marriage. We're going to burn you with fire. Hey, that's a moral book, ain't it? No, I'm more moral than this book. See where I'm getting at? Like, I'm a Christian. So I'll put that to the test. Tell me the book, chapter, and verse of Samaria should become desolate, for she rebelled against her God. It shall fall by the sword. The infants shall be dashed into pieces, and their pregnant women shall be ripped open. Now live. Me. Atheist MeWe. Atheist for Change. Someone liked my photo. Someone commented on my photo. YouTube notification. New YouTube. YouTube. I've subscribed to hundreds of channels. Majority of them are either atheist related or grindcore music, noisecore music, gore grind music, anarcho punk music, the music stuff that I like, and I might have a few Catholic channels and a few Christian channels just to give me some kind of ideas what's going on the other side. My opposition, what are they doing? What are they talking about? What kind of conspiracy nut job shit they talking about? Okay. Now, why? Well, why are you praying? Why would you be an atheist? Two Samuel 23. Samuel 23. 5 onward to 7. Although my hands, he not so with God. Although my house be not so with God. There's a house that's not so with God. We don't have a God. It's not so with God, is it? Yet he hath made with me an everlasting covenant, ordered in all things and sure, for this is all my salvation and all my desire, although he make it not to grow. But the sons of Belial shall be all of them as thorns thrust away, because they cannot be taken with hands. But the man that shall touch them must be fenced with iron and staff and spear, and they shall be utterly burnt with fire in the same place. And you gotta capture them with some kind of fucking iron and spears. You're encased in iron and you're prodded with spears, and afterwards you're burnt with fire. And hey, don't you think you're more moral than this book? I'm more moral than that. I'm not going to encase you in an iron cage and, fucking dart you with a spear and then I'm going to burn you to fucking death. I'm not going to do that, am I? But Mo, why would you be an atheist? Please, why are you an atheist, Mo? Leviticus 10:12. Oops, passed it up. Leviticus 10:12. We're not there yet. We're getting there. It's a big book, a lot of flipping. Leviticus 10:12. And Moses spake unto Aaron and unto Eleazar and unto Ithiam, his sons that were left, take the meat offering that remaineth of the offerings of the Lord made by fire, and eat it without leaven besides the altar, for it is most holy. And you shall eat it in the holy place, because of thy due. Yeah, fire. Actually, read out of the wrong verses. And put fire therein, and put incense thereof, offered a strange fire before the Lord, which commanded them not. And they went out, fire from the Lord, and devoured them, and they died before the Lord. Something about they went before the Lord, and the Lord sent fire to burn them fucking up. I don't wish that on my enemies, but it happens through and through and dozens of times. But it's okay, because it's the Bible. It's all okay, because you know it's the Bible. Burn people to fucking death. Hey, but it's the Bible. It's okay. Then one day I said it's not okay. I went all, like I said in the beginning of the video, I went all hardcore Christianity from the time I was 25 till the time I was 30. By the time I was 30, 31, I was reading this shit and I was saying, what about love your neighbor like yourself? You ask a Christian to recite one verse from their Bible. You can say, I'm going to love my neighbor like myself. Oh, I'm going to love my neighbor like myself. Luke 10:27. Let's see if I'm correct. I've already made an error before in this video. Let's see if I'm correct now. Nope, incorrect. Mark 12:31. Now I got it. My recollection was incorrect. Now I got it correct. Mark 12:31. And the second is like this, namely this: Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There's no other commandment greater than this. What about let burning coals fall upon them, let them not rise up again? Psalm 140, verse 10. But you should love your neighbor like yourself. What if the neighbor is an atheist? You're going to say Psalm 140, verse 10. Let burning coals fall upon them, let them not rise up again. But that was all just Old Testament, Mo. All you are is an Old Testament cherry picker. Matthew 5:17-19 says all of the Old Testament counts. Think not to have come to destroy the law or the prophets. I have not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, not one jot, not one little title shall pass from the law till all be fulfilled. That means every letter counts. I guess we'll just end the fucking video. Why don't you dump your religion?